Hi, we are students from the University of Texas at Dallas who represent the nonprofit organization Brain Exercise Initiative, or BEI. All across the country, we work with residents' homes and strive to use simple math and reading exercises that help improve cognitive processes inside the brain. Momentarily, a couple of volunteers will be instructing you throughout the exercises. Have fun and good luck!
Hello, my name is Rishi Patel and I'm a sophomore at the University of Texas at Dallas. Today, we'll be going through a few math problems to help you improve your brain health. Now, I'll be giving you about 5 seconds in between each question, but the key is to try and answer them as quickly as you can so that you can fully engage your brain. Without further ado, let's get right to it. 4 plus 4. 3 plus 7. 5 plus 8. 2 plus 5. 1 plus 9. 5 plus 3. 4 plus 2. 6 plus 6. 7 plus 5. 9 plus 8. 6 minus 2. 7 minus 4. 5 minus 1. 9 minus 4. 2 minus 2. 8 minus 7. 4 minus 1. 9 minus 3. 7 minus 1. 8 minus 5. 8 divided by 2. 10 divided by 5. 3 divided by 1. 10 divided by 1. 12 divided by 2. 15 divided by 3. 8 divided by 4. 9 divided by 3. 16 divided by 8. 8 divided by 8. 3 times 8. 1 times 2. 4 times 6. 5 times 5. 7 times 2. 3 times 5. 6 times 2. 4 times 3. 5 times 7. 9 times 1. And that's it. Congratulations, you made it through all of the questions. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching this video through to the end, and I really hope that you continue to watch the other videos that the Brain Exercise Initiative puts out. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sneha Beju, and I am a sophomore majoring in healthcare studies at the University of Texas at Dallas. So today we're going to be reading a passage about Margaret Burke White by Helen Weber. Make sure to follow along with me and read the passage out loud to improve your brain health. Margaret Burke White was a photographer who could tell an exciting story in pictures. She was a pioneer in the art of photojournalism. Some pictures she took while lying in the snow, and others while hanging out the door of an airplane. Some she took from the top of freight cars, and some from the rafters of buildings. She photographed everything from the rural South to the frozen Arctic, from gold mining in South Africa to the bombing of Moscow in the Second World War. No conditions were too hard or dangerous for her to work under. No place too far away to travel to. People said of her, "Maggie won't take no for an answer." Some of the picture stories that Margaret Burke White liked best to tell were about industry. When she was a girl, she often went with her father, an absent-minded inventor, to visit factories. These trips were great adventures for her. She said later that the sudden magic of flowing metal and flying sparks had shaped her life's work. Yet photography was not her first idea for a career. In college, she studied snakes and other reptiles. Not until she began taking pictures of the college and selling them to pay for her schooling did she think of photography as a career. In later years, she kept 2 pet alligators in her studio on the 61st floor of a New York skyscraper as a reminder of her early studies. Margaret Burke White's industrial photographs were of factories, smokestacks, bridges, water tanks, mines, and dams. This part of her work began at steel mills in Cleveland, Ohio, when she was a beautiful young woman of 21. She had to show the factory owners that her strained desire to photograph a steel furnace was in fact a serious business. The first night that she was allowed to take pictures inside the steel mill was heaven to her. She was not dressed for the task. She had on a pretty dress and high-heeled shoes, and there she was, dancing on the edge of a fiery furnace, taking picture after picture and singing for joy. Later, Maggie learned to dress to suit her task, but she never stopped singing for joy. Her later career took her to dozens of countries. She photographed famous leaders all over the world. She was a war correspondent and often went along on bombing flights. Once, she was on a ship that was torpedoed, and all the passengers had to take to the lifeboats. Another time, the little airplane in which she was traveling had to land in heavy fog on a tiny island in the Arctic Ocean. And always, she kept her cameras ready to record whatever adventure came her way. Her pictures were printed in magazines and collected in books. As time went on, she also wrote about her work and made speeches. She often said in her speeches that a photographer needed to be healthy and strong and able to do hard work. At the height of her powers, Margaret Burke White's health and strength failed her. A crippling illness struck her down and took her from the ability she needed in her work. But she was a fighter and she fought back. After 2 brain operations and years of physical training, she was able to rise above her illness for a time. She took her usual keen interest in the war against her illness, and she allowed some of her photographer friends to record her progress in pictures. Margaret Burke White had once said, I knew I would never run out of subjects that interested me while on this earth, and she never did. She was a gifted and gallant woman who lived her life to the fullest. So I hope you enjoyed reading the passage about Margaret Burke White and how she pioneered the art of photojournalism. Thank you for reading along with me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!
Hello, my name is Anat and we will be doing some math problems today. I hope you are doing well and I really hope that you enjoy this exercise. So how this is going to work is I will be showing you a problem on a card and I want you to do it as fast as possible. Even if you don't know the answers, that's fine, just do your best and I'm sure you will do great. So let's start. So our first problem is 5 plus 3 and then we have 8 divided by 2. And now let's do 6 divided by 2. And 5 divided by 1. Seven plus 2. 8 minus 6. 9 minus 4. And 2 times 4. 7 plus 0. 5 times 2. 1 times 7. And 5 minus 4. The next set of problems will be a bit harder, so they will be challenge problems. So again, do your best and try to do them as fast as possible. 15 plus 7. 9 minus 5. 67 plus 4. And 15 times 2. 11 plus 4. 15 divided by 3. 17 minus 9. And 54 minus 6. Next we have 211 plus 7. And 6 times 7. 8 times 7. And 16 minus 7. Next is 64 divided by 8. And 7 times 9. Next is 17 plus 9. And 27 divided by 9. We have a few more problems left, so just keep up the good work and we are almost done. So next is 115 plus 7. 79 minus 5. 14 divided by 2. 5 times 9. 68 divided by 2. 9 times 3. 11 plus 47. And 15 minus 4. And we are almost done, a few more problems. So next up is 9 times 11. 97 minus 4. 16 divided by 4. and the last one is 29 minus 12. So I'm sure you all did great, and thank you so much for doing this exercise, and I hope you enjoyed this.
Hello, my name is Kathy, and I am a student at the University of Texas at Dallas. I am studying biomedical engineering, and I'm also a volunteer for BEI. Today we're going to be reading an article about penguins, which is very interesting. I encourage you to follow along and read out loud with me, and try your best to pronounce all of the words along with me. The article is by Guy Belleranti, which works at a zoo in Tucson, Arizona. Let's begin. Penguins are one of the world's most interesting birds. They waddle when they walk and have flippers instead of wings. The bones in a penguin's flippers are heavier and more solid than those in the wings of a flying bird. This helps the penguin fly through the water. The penguin's black back and white front has an important function too. Camouflage in the water. Penguins blend in with the sea from above and with the sky from below. This makes it harder for predatory birds, leopard seals, sea lions, orcas, and sharks to see them. Many people think all penguins live in the cold and ice of Antarctica. However, only 6 of the 7 species or types of penguins live in Antarctica. The others live in parts of New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, and South America, and on the Falkland and Galapagos Islands. Let's talk about 2 of the penguin species, the emperor penguin of Antarctica and the Galapagos penguin of the Galapagos Islands. The emperor penguin is the world's largest penguin. Its oily outer feathers help keep it dry. Its dense inner down feathers and thick fat layer helps keep it warm. Emperor penguins also often huddle in groups to conserve heat. A mother emperor penguin lays only 1 egg at a time. After the mother emperor penguin lays the egg, she travels to open sea to feed on fish, squid, and krill, shrimp-like ocean crustaceans. The father stays behind with the egg. He keeps it warm and protected by balancing it on his feet and covering it with feathered skin called a brood pouch. The mother returns 2 months later, regurgitates food for the newly hatched chick, then stays with it while the father goes out to sea to feed. The Galapagos penguin lives in an area much warmer than Antarctica. The Galapagos Islands are on the equator, 600 miles west of the South American country of Ecuador. This is as far north as any penguin lives in the wild. The Galapagos penguin is one of the smallest and also one of the most endangered of all penguins. It shares the Galapagos Island with many other unusual animals, including the giant Galapagos tortoise and the blue-footed booby. Instead of having to stay warm, the Galapagos penguin must find ways to stay cool. The best way is to spend the heat of day in cool water currents, hunting small fish and krill. When a Galapagos penguin does get out of the water, it often spreads its flippers to cool off. It might also pant like a dog, and it shades its feet by standing with its body hunched forward. This has just been a peek at penguins. To find out more, visit a school and public libraries. Thank you so much for reading with me today. I hope you enjoyed this article and look forward to reading more articles with you. Goodbye.